Let's discuss the side effects of not consuming breakfast. What would happen? You might be at risk for high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, gaining weight, developing a slow metabolism, and let's not fail to mention, you might be overeating at lunchtime or dinner. Because we all know that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, right? In fact, I used to promote it. In my first book that I put out, I did my research and I found even Harvard University said that you need to consume a breakfast meal or you're going to have a lot of negative health consequences, including craving carbs later in the day. So where did this idea actually come from? Well, it all just came from a lobbyist group starting late 19th century, which is basically a fear campaign to get you to eat more cereal and bacon. In fact, in my first book, I was the guy that would tell you that breakfast is the most important meal of the day and you should definitely not skip it. And I remember reading some research on that, even by Harvard University, that said that if you don't consume your breakfast, you're going to crave carbohydrates late at night. So it just goes to show you that when you have a fixed idea, you're very unwilling to look at other viewpoints. In fact, even myself, I had to have several people over the course of years show me that consuming breakfast is not the best idea before I actually could change my mind about it. I think changing someone's mind about something, if they have a fixed idea, is a very difficult thing, if not impossible. But back in the late 1800s, there was a man by the name of Harvey Kellogg who was known for his cornflakes, right? I mean, back then, I'm sure cornflakes was a lot different than it is now with the frosted cornflakes. But I think he started the famous Battle Creek Sanitarium in Michigan. And they would do all sorts of things from exercise, low fat, low calorie meals, enemas, low protein, whole grain, especially whole wheat, nuts, plenty of sun. And there were sanitariums all over the world, on top of mountains in Switzerland, where you had this cold, fresh mountain air. And at that time, before antibiotics, you had TB. And so they were trying to deal with TB, which was a lung condition, a bacterial infection that affected the lung. So this idea that breakfast is the most important meal, in fact, that you need it, is completely 100% false. Let's take a look at the real side effects that could occur if you were to skip a breakfast. And I'm going to put a link down below of exactly how to do it correctly. Number one, you're going to start losing weight. Number two, you'll have much less of an appetite. You'll have mental clarity. You'll have a faster metabolism because you are going to fast longer and you're going to improve insulin resistance, which is going to end up giving you better blood sugars. You'll have less cravings, definitely better mood, and less of a metabolic syndrome. So all those risk factors that they told you that you're going to get if you skip your breakfast is the exact opposite. If you skip your breakfast, you'll actually prevent these problems. Hey, before you go real quick, I have a course entitled How to Bulletproof Your Immune System. It's a free course. I want you to take it. And here's why. Here's you. Here is your environment. Everyone is focused on this over here, avoiding your environment. But what about here? What about strengthening your immune system? That's what's missing. This course will show you how to bulletproof yourself. And so you can tolerate and resist your environment much better by strengthening your own immune system. I put a link down in the description right down below. Check it out and get signed up today.